So it is 2012 p.m. It is Thursday night. Shame it's not the year 2012 because then it means the world will be ending again. Double movie review. Actually, I have a couple of reviews, but this is the first one. So we got 1987's The Monster Squad, and we got Powder from 1995. So I finished The Monster Squad. It's still good. Deliciously offensive and the best 80 cliches possible. Oh yeah, chock full of 80s cliches. Shame there aren't films like this anymore. Solid 7.6 out of 10. Powder is a 0 out of 10. It is SJW garbage. Goodbye. Kidding. Nah. Fuck that noise, dude. There's more. So, here's my thoughts on Monster Squad. And then we'll do Powder. It really is an 80s experience. It truly fucking is. I love it. It blends horror and comedy perfectly. You got Fred Decker and Shane Black working together. It's a great deal. The funniest part is when Dracula wakes Frankenstein up and the slow pan away from them, but they're both reaching for their opposing hands. It's funny. Frank is reaching with his right. This is my left. No, it's my right hand, actually. Because I roll with inverted cam. And Dracula is reaching down with his left. And it's just the slow pan from that stance. Like, really? Funny. The end credits song is a trip. And cliche, too, in terms of soundtrack deals from back then. Yeah. And that soundtrack deal would continue on well into the 2000s, actually. And the soundtrack deal I'm talking about is there were always songs that were based on the movie, and they would literally give away the whole plot and spoil the whole fucking thing. Example of this, Chingy's Relax from Fantastic Four. But this one's just a real trip. And it's catchy but stupid. Horace, aka Fat Kid, is cool. I like Fat Kid. He's dope. It's also full of the amazing 80s aesthetic for the cool guy. And this is in every 80s film. The colors will change, but it's still leather jacket, black hair, and sunglasses, blue jeans, white shirt, sneakers, or boots, smoking a cigarette. Cool catchphrase and ride. And usually their ride is either a bike, a motorcycle, or a car, or a truck. And sometimes they drink. It's also underrated as well. It really, really is. When you talk about horror films, especially 87 horror, the first thing you think of is Hellraiser, not Monster Squad. And that's funny, though, because both of them are iconic for different reasons. One introduced body horror, the other one introduced comedy horror. But there's been different comedy horrors around, but this one cemented itself perfectly. I do like how intimidating the monsters are, and it's a shame Frank Decker didn't go darker with this because that would have propelled it further. Yeah. And speaking of further, there was a remake planned, but they canceled that. And yeah, remake wouldn't have worked. I miss kids swearing. Oh my god, I miss that shit. Oh, I love hearing that. It's beautiful. You don't hear it anymore because this is the PC era, and so stupid. Why is Fat Kid fat? Because he loves his food and body image issues. Go figure. Same here. Rudy's cool as hell. I love that fucking hearse. I actually, fun fact about me, I love hearses. But it has to be an old style hearse. Not the new shit. Not Cadillac shit. Like the old ones, they're better. Does he not know Cadillac made hearses? Yes, I do, motherfucker. I'm talking about new model Cadillac, you shithead. Wolfman's Got Nards and Patrick's sister getting dorked by Steve doesn't count. Well, damn. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know Wolfman had nards. I didn't know Patrick's sister fucking Steve didn't count. Who knew? And I love the irony in that. Didn't anybody think to ask Scary German Guy if he's a virgin? God. Oh, man. Here's a fun thing I remembered. I actually ordered this in some other movies from FYE back in the 2000s. Yeah, I did. But never got them. Yeah, I spent like $40 on FYE's website and didn't get my order. Still never got it. How? But I did get the Prophecy trilogy from them. And it was in that same year. I don't remember which one, but I got it for free. How? Somebody paid it, and it wasn't me. Wild. The montage with Rudy grabbing the bow and arrow was a hoot. How you just gonna grab that shit and not get caught? The car chase was a trip. The kids are screaming. Scary German Guy is just typical Sunday drive down a dark road. He's just sitting there, he's like, and the kid's like, ah! And he's just like, this is cool as fuck. I'm gangsta. I'm cool. I'm relaxed. The virgin trope, forgot about that shit in terms of sacrificing and spells. I'm a 90s baby. I was raised on the virgin trope of losing it with music and shit. What a joke that was. Oh man, fucking Monster Squad. What a good movie. So funny. And offensive as hell. But I like it for that reason. So, finished watching Powder. Here's my thoughts on that. Jeremy is really beautiful, and it's a fucking shame his dad just abandoned him. He really is. Like, this film's so good. Worse that the grandparents kept him in the basement. Like, that's so fucked up. This is... Come here. Thank you. This is a quintessential 90s cult classic that fits in any decade you watch it in. It really does. It fits no matter what. I don't know why. It just does. It has that aesthetic. It has that... it's like... Who was it? Edward Norton talking about 99. When Fit Club... Yeah, when Fit Club came out. We don't talk about Fit Club. When Fight Club came out, and he's like, I'd put 99 against any decade for films, and it cannot be beaten. Literally, that's how I feel about Powder. Even though it came out 4 years before. His eidetic memory is truly amazing. He's empathic. I forgot about that, and that he affects anything electrical. So he's basically Electro in the flesh. Man. Yeah, the lunchroom scene. I love that shit with the fucking silverware and shit. That was so cool. Jeremy really does have that childlike personality and autism. He really does. Like, you really see that. One thing I find totally ironic is the no gun violence poster in the cafeteria. Now, this is 95, remember. The film's in Texas. And it's the biggest gun state ever. Fast forward to now, and gun control is the hottest topic along with every school shooting. And Texas recently had a school shooting. Fucking irony. Ugh. Barnum's wife calling Jeremy a mental defect is a trip. Barnum acknowledging that Jeremy isn't retarded is nice. Yeah, he really did. I like that. He's like, I know he's not retarded. I'm like, yeah, of course he's not. More on his wife in a little while. Kind of ironic that Sean Patrick Flanery is better known for Boondock Saints, while this goes unnoticed. Yeah. Somebody says Sean Patrick Flanery, you think Boondock Saints with Norman Reedus. I see it and I think of Powder. Because I've seen Boondock Saints. It's good. It's called classic. But I definitely would prefer Powder over this. Easily. I mean, like, forgot about him being electrocuted by Jacob's Ladder. I totally forgot about that scene. That was heavy. Love that Dodge Ram Charger 4x4 police truck. Love my old cars. Mm. It's weird that that truck is... What the fuck? Fuckhead with the horn. Man, truck's like over 30 years old now. Oh my god, that's Bender's locker from Breakfast Club. At 44:13, of course, you got to rewind it back to probably 43:50 and then really pay attention to the right hand side of your screen. There is a set of lockers Jeremy passes. They've been painted, but you can see tidbits of red and the familiar arrow of his locker. So they rehashed, or somebody found the lockers from Breakfast Club and just threw them in there but painted them brown. But it was a shitty paint job. Oh man, that was a cool Easter egg. I like that. I totally get Jeremy wanting to go home. You're pulled from a safe environment and can't go back, but you want to go back no matter what. I've gone through that when I moved here the first time 26 years ago. Yeah, when I was 10, when I moved in town, I did not want to be here. Fuck no. And I remember I did everything to make them people not buy the farm. And it didn't work. Oh well. His advanced intelligence plus autistic tendencies, electrolysis, magnetism, telekinesis, and call to creatures show what the next step in human evolution could be. Yeah, it really does feel that way. Ah, man, deer scene. Oof. This is the saddest, hardest, and iconic part of the movie. A lot of the stuff in this film is iconic, but this scene, super iconic and super deep. Damn, I didn't know his mom got electrocuted. I did not know about that. On the realistic side of things, though, I doubt both of them would have survived the electrocution. I mean, you're standing in water, you get shocked by it, you're gonna get... And that was a lightning bolt, not a fucking plug. That was a bolt of lightning. 1.21 gigawatts. That's gonna kill your ass. Although, if you're Adrian Brody, you got struck twice by that shit, you're still living. So, you never know. Either way, they're going to get cooked. Oh, man. Barnum's wife holding on and how he deals with it is probably the most underrated part of the film. It's also rehashed in The Green Mile. Oh, yes, it's rehashed. 4 years later in 99. That's crazy. You don't believe me? Go put them up side by side and watch it. I guarantee you, it's the same setup. It's just John Coffey saving the wife versus Powder, who helped her pass on. Ripley trying to appeal to Jeremy is the most heartwarming scene in the film. Yeah, that was rough. Ripley's the first person to show Jeremy real affection. That's fucking heavy. Like, so deep. Harley telling Barnum what happened to him is pretty deep too. I think it's the only instance in 90s films where male emotional vulnerability is shown. Because the 90s was mostly coming off... Well, no, they were surging in action films, animated films, chick flicks, and the rare instances of male vulnerability, which was very rare. I think the only other film I can think of that had that was Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, Shawshank. That's the only one I can think of. There's probably others that I don't know. But, yeah. Burnham brought Jeremy to help him with his wife, Emma. I will say this moment is better than Green Miles. Yeah, Green Mile might be iconic. This did it better. Jeremy and Lindsay's bond is so pure. I love that. Also, props for having a redhead love interest. Awesome. Love that representation in dating choices versus your common blonde or brunette bullshit. Even though I like brunettes over blondes and redheads. Like, fuck. About time there's a redhead choice. Truly love how they connect at the fair. That was good. Damn, he gets to experience his first kiss only to have it ruined by a zealous, discriminating, and racist, fragile masculinity. There's a lot of heavy themes in this film. 2 ways to look at Jeremy watching Sky douse himself in water. 2 ways. 1, maybe Jeremy's bi-curious or pansexual. 2, he wonders what it's like to have body hair given he's hairless. Yeah, so you can look at it from those 2 directions. John's backstory on his stepdad beating him is harsh. Jeremy bringing John back that he wouldn't be seen. Oh, dumb. Idiot me. I misread that. My bad. So yeah, John's story on getting beat by his stepdad, bloody. Ooh, that was rough. Jeremy bringing John back to life. That shit wouldn't be, that literally with the shocking, that wouldn't be seen again until Star Wars Legacy with Cade Skywalker resurrecting his master back to life. Yeah. And he went back home. He got back to his home. They took all his stuff. I know how that feels. Because if that was me, I'd be in meltdown mode. Yeah. Me in meltdown mode ain't pretty. Oh no. Lots of crying, rocking, bleeding, screaming. Powder Going Home was a beautiful send-off. I'd say it's the most human film made. Also cool that there's 4 minutes of credits too. Love that. I like my films with short credits. I can't stand that bullshit of a short film with fucking like 10 minutes of credits. Fucking dumb. Powder is such an underrated gem, not only in Sean's career, but in film history. Especially now, Powder would be considered neurodivergent. This has aged really well, in my opinion. And I'd say it's still an 11 out of 10 for my ass. I can't get enough of it. It's so good. Yet I don't fucking own it. I own Monster Squad. But I don't own Powder. I don't know why I haven't bought Powder yet. But between these 2 films that are both classics and both iconic for various reasons, which was better? I'm going to go with Powder. And it's funny to me because Powder has such a low rating, but it's such a strong film. It has strong roots. It's got a strong story. And yeah, I guess you could see it as being a basic average flick, but in terms of the subject matter and its impact and, you know, highlighting discrimination, racism, and even classism a little bit, it's good. And Monster Squad is just every cliche 80s trope ever in a film. But yeah, I mean, they're both good, but honestly, if we're going for impact, Powder. Because Powder's gonna, both of them will endure for a long time. But everybody who gets offended by the littlest fucking thing, if you say faggot, if you say retard, if you're a Karen, you're gonna bitch about Monster Squad the most. And credit to Sean Patrick Flanery, like, he pulled off this role good. He really encapsulated what, for me, like, he really pulled off a good autistic role. That's how I view it. And Monster Squad, like, it's good fun. It's good fun. That's all it is, really good fucking fun. But you get depth and Powder and fun and Monster Squad, so You get a good toss-up deal. So if you don't like those two flicks, well, I guess you have shit choice in films. Your ass probably watches documentaries and like, ooh, this is such a great classic filmography. Or you're the type that sits there and watch fucking Hallmark 24/7.
I can recite everything. I know what happens. Oh my god, I wish he would just go with her or pick her. Oh my god.
There's bitches like that out there. I swear. But for me, yeah, Powder, number one. Easily. It's so good. And it amazes me for many reasons. Another reason is because this is 95. That's literally 2 years after Jurassic Park hit theaters. 2 years. And Jeff Goldblum's in this shit. That's pretty cool. And the fact that it's... Didn't Boondock Saints come out like 2 years later? I think it did. Hold on. Gimme. Come on. Boondock Saints. Oh, it came out in 99. Okay. So it was only 4 years before another iconic film would drop. That's crazy. But I still find it funny they literally plagiarized the fucking bedroom scene. Like, really? Seriously? The best moment in Monster Squad that I enjoyed the most was Dracula blowing up the treehouse. That was bitchin'. He just throws that stick of dynamite in there, walks past it, meeting adjourned. Boom. I'm like, yeah, that was badass. That was cool as shit. But if you don't like the cast, you don't like the crew, you don't like offensive stuff because you're a little snowflake, you can't handle a fucking joke, they're not for you. No, you can't have it. But if you like deep films, you like good horror comedies, check these out for sure. Oddly, Powder's not streaming anywhere. And I hate that. That made me mad. I thought it'd be on HBO Max at least. Nope. So. But Monster Squad's on fucking Paramount Plus, which surprised me. Like, okay. Oh, my. So I'll be back with some more. Stay tuned.